Alright, hello and welcome. Borrow is back, and today he has an excess of stuff. A grand excess of stuff. So let's get started. First of all, he has this Katir Sakara, which I'm going to immediately buy, and I'll show it to you guys. Cosmetics are the best. I imagine this thing is going to look fucking great, and I don't even know if it copies your energy color yet. So, let's move on to the things that are not just like straight cosmetics that are probably fantastic. Prime Ravage. If you have a Vapor Heck and you're on your way to max it out, you're gonna need this. It's fantastic. Prime Flow, one of the best Prime mods. Prime Flow is fantastic. You want to be a runner in LOR, got Prime Flow, you're gonna get picked more often. That's just the way it works. Tons of energy. This is also useful just in general for a lot of builds to have a fuck ton of energy. Primed Heated Charge. Are you looking to build a really strong Lex / any other secondary? There it is. Fantastic Prime mod. The Barakatir Noggle. This actually looks pretty nice. I'll show it whenever we get back to the ship. Beacons and credit boosters. These are whatever. Use them if you need them. If you're looking to farm somebody. I would never suggest anyone buy the Grossdrag one though. Just run LOR instead. Prisma Shade, this is basically Mastery, but Shade is probably my runner-up Sentinel to Carrier if I really had to pick one, so there's that. Prisma Tetra is dog shit, but Mastery. The Mara Detron is fine. I'm not a huge fan of the Detron series, and we haven't seen this in a long time, so if you need it, probably pick it up, because it doesn't show up very often. Primed Heavy Trauma is fine. I wouldn't pick this up, like, especially as compared to these Prime mods. I definitely wouldn't even touch this one, just because, like, that's a lot of Duke. If you're trying to get a bunch of things, like this time, like if you're trying to clean them out, if you haven't gotten Borrow stuff before, just don't try that and just instead skip it. The Prisma Sigil, this is a really good sigil, and it costs basically nothing, so there's not really any reason you shouldn't get it if you like how it looks, and we'll show it in a moment. The Prisma Yumako Sindana, I don't have this because I'm not a huge fan of the Yumako Sindana, and the regular one is fine. I'll show the regular one, and then you can pretty much infer what the Prisma variant looks like, because Prisma stuff is pretty uniform. The Nexus Fur Pattern, this fur pattern is really good. I'll show this off as well. The Machete Wraith is... it's fine. It's Mastery, which is why it's fine. All machetes are terrible, so and then the Falcon and Dragon mod packs, which has stayed the same in that do not buy either of these. These are a huge waste of your time, no matter what. Literally, no matter what, these are a huge waste of your time, because if you're looking to get any, like, specific mod, then you would actually be better off buying... how much does this cost? This costs 500. If you bought instead, you could buy 2 Primed Ravages, and Prime Ravage isn't that expensive as a Prime mod, so maybe you just want to buy, like, Prime Flow, which is, or Prime Heated Charge, just, like, check the market price and see what's more expensive, and then sell it, and then just buy the mods you're looking for with Plat. That's a more effective way to do that. Alternatively, grabbing just the Mara Detron and then just fucking wait. Because if the consistency of this thing showing up stays the same, in about 3 months, this thing will be worth a good chunk of change. And then you can buy a bunch of shit. So, avoid these at all costs. Market appropriately, please. But yeah, that's Borrow stock today. He brought a ton of shit. It's my understanding that he brought one set of things, and then his inventory flipped, and then everyone got mad, and then they just added everything all at once instead. So, yeah. Worked out for us, I suppose. But yeah, I've heard this Sakara is amazing. So let's go check that out. Yeah, oh, before we go back there, this is the Barakatir Noggle. I have mine in front of the market for obvious reasons. I think he's quite nice. Fits there real nicely. Good use of the Borrow Noggle. Back here, appearance, and it's Regalia, and then instead of my Master's emblem, the Katir Sakara. Oh yeah, that's good stuff. That's real good stuff. Okay, I'm going to equip that, and then we're going to see if it changes based on energy color. That's strange. Okay, so I'm going to assume this has happened with quite a few of the Katir items. The outside energy changes. I assume they're going to update that to change the center one to being correct, and changing with your energy color as well, just because that makes sense. Unless it changes with your attachment color, the center, which would be kind of nice, actually. No, it doesn't. Yeah, if they made the inner one change with your attachment energy color, and then the outside change with your like primary energy color, that would actually be really cool. Because then you could have them matching if you're that type of person, but could have the option of having them clash, which would be really cool. But I imagine that will be updated that way, just because that makes sense. It is nice that it is colorable at all. I wonder what all black basically makes it invisible. White makes it very pronounced. Oh, it's going to look really nice in gold. Red's not bad. It's got like a little bit of extra sparkle to it, it looks like. Yeah, I like it a lot. That is a very good Sakara. That is actually very, very nice. Otherwise, in the Regalia section, we have that Prisma Sigil. Yeah, I'm not gonna change that stuff around. I'll go to my Warframe where that is very pronounced, and I'm using it. Okay, so this is the Prisma Sigil. I use it on Vauban because I think it works really well with the patterning that's like kind of already on him, and I think it works out really nicely. It is too colorable, which means that like this orange part is my energy color for Vauban at large, and then otherwise you can choose the primary color, and I say it's the primary color, but it's not the primary color when you choose black. It interacts kind of interestingly, but it's a really nice sigil. I like it a lot. It's got like a good patterning. That's actually a really nice one right there. The orange and the blue there. But yeah, that's the Prisma Sigil. And then let's get my dog out and show that fur pattern. Okay, so this is Nenin. Nenin is using it, but there's one color that is the same on there, so I will change that up real quick so you can actually see it. This is the actual patterning of it. There's some like clashing colors so you can see. But yeah, I really like it. I think it looks very, very nice. It's just a really solid color, or solid pattern. Although, not a lot of people use Kubros, so I can see why you don't want it. Of course. I don't even use my Kubros, I just like having nice ones. But yeah, that's, oh, I almost forgot. He has a lot of stuff today. Attachments. This is the Rubido plated one. The Prisma is basically a blue version of this. Yeah. That's the Yamako Sindana. The regular looks like this. But yeah, basically, the Prisma is a blue variant of the Rubido plated one. But yeah, that is all of Baro Katir's stuff on console. He is on the Orcus Relay, although you guys get messages about that now. Now let's move on to consoles, where I'm not sure if you guys get messages in your inbox about that. Please let me know whenever that begins on Xbox, so that I don't have to like watch out for where that relay is going to be. Anyway, let's move over there. Welcome to console.
Tenno, may I extend an invitation to you? My latest collection of choice items from the Void is now available for viewing.
Alright. Not a bad selection here. Obviously it's not as good as what we have on PC, but like, how could it be? So Prime Point Blank, if you like shotguns, this is a no-brainer. Fantastic. Cosmetic stuff is fine. I don't think these Prisma Jet wings are any good. I think they kind of look shitty, but I think the regular ones look shitty, so take it with a grain of salt. Edo chest plate I think is really nice. Knee plates are not really my thing at all, but they're okay. Koi Sentinel Tail is actually really good looking. Prime Fast Hands is too costly for what it is, I would say. Like, in terms of even ranking this mod up, there's not really any place I would ever use this mod, so probably not worth getting if you're looking to get, like, one of your first couple Prime mods that you're actually planning on leveling. Probably not worth it. And as for Prime Pressure Point, so for me, this is not worth leveling. And the reason for that is because even without leveling this, melee weapons are very, very good. Very, very good. And, in addition to that, we know that whenever our new damage system rolls around, as they've been talking about for quite some time, and we're not sure when it's going to happen, could be quite a ways off, we know that the required mods, like raw just plus add damage, are going to be going away, which, in theory, would include this mod. So, for me, this is not worth leveling. If you're someone who pretty much, like, is just like, you go hard on melee, and, like, that's the thing that you do, it's probably really worth it, and it's probably worth picking up regardless, but that's why I don't level this, which some people have asked me in my why would you use this and such, like, why aren't you using Prime Pressure Point? It's because I'm not going to level that shit. I have plenty of other things I could be leveling that are much more valuable. But yeah, that's his stuff on console. This is a good inventory. It's just that I saw the PC one first, which was absurd. So this will pale in comparison just by virtue of how much stuff was on borrows on PC. So yeah, it's not bad though. It's honestly not bad. Like, Prime Point Blank is fantastic. Cosmetics are here. Prime Pressure Point is here, which is fine for a lot of people. But yeah, that's his stuff on
Nothing to your liking?
on console, and he's on the Kuiper Relay on Eris on PS4. And I do not know where he is on Xbox One, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's Borrow Katir this week. See you tomorrow.